Hello, hello, hello. Can you hear me now? Hello, hello, hello. This is G. You're watching Allastrology, and we're going to talk about the week of August 17th. August 17th and the following 7 days. And let's see what's worthy of focusing on this week. We have Virgo season beginning this week. Don't let me forget, we definitely got to talk about Pluto and Mars are going to be a thing. Venus at the opposition of Saturn. So this is serious energy. Saturn is focused on the long-term goals. How we're going to use money, because it's at the 14 degree with a retrograde. It's regulations, rules, restrictions, all set up for the long-term success. Of course, this can be funding for the military and all that hot mess. This is Congress, diplomacy, negotiations. Let's make a deal. Venus is the money, the love, the desire, energy. It's just more grown up and it's focused on the long term, where it's going to have a way with words. She's going to be able to negotiate and be the diplomat. So this Venus, especially at the beginning of the week, has a position of power because she's got the boss degrees with her. Just keep in mind that negotiations for the beginning of this week and literally all the way through to the end of the week are probably pretty serious. Some beautiful energy for individuals who are a little bit more on the grown-up side, and if they're actually serious about another person or serious about their commitments. That's Saturn energy, my long-term commitments. We also have Mars coming up. Mars is sitting over there at 4 degrees to start the week. Martian energy, my physical body, my appearance, the actions that I take is that it's in Cancer. Cancer is family, it's childhood, it's mom, it's feminine energy, it's the emotional body. It's the deep sense of belonging and the tribal energy. Sometimes when Mars is in Cancer, it tends to be challenging as we can think of with water when it meets heat, because Mars can inflame things, right? Mars brings action to the water. So it gets the water is bubbling and boiling, right? Mars may feel antsy. Mars may feel impatient. So in regards to home and family and mom and nurturing energy. Now, let's get to optimistic Leo energy. Some fun, some party, some lighthearted stuff, some laughter. This is what Leo energy is all about. Having a good time. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, you have the sun conjunct the south node. Authority figure energy, fun energy. This is boss. This is the ringmaster, the person who steps into the limelight, the person who has the command, heads of state, presidential type of energy. 29 degrees, this is that Regulus degree. And so when you have the sun conjunct that, the sun is the authority, but the south node represents a release of some sort. This can be more stuff about political figures and politicians, members of Congress, or maybe somebody even higher up, because this is big energy. It's not little energy. This is big stuff here. The law with authority figures, with judges, with courtrooms, with justice, Libra energy, and judges and courtrooms and justice, Jupiter is riding through Leo energy. We will likely hear, but people who are in the spotlight, most definitely, with Leo at 29 degrees. So there's a big grand fire trine in the sky, and normally there's going to be action with fire. And Leo energy is about we are creating something new. So it's that combination, releasing the old to make way for the new. So we're doing that. This is a continuation of that. This sort of energy is not a one-night thing. This is a process. I've got August 8th to August 28th written here on the chart. And the interesting thing about this, now there's already a video about a Pluto out of bounds and the significance of the Pluto out of bounds. It is a big deal. has its very own video because it's a Pluto out of bounds going south out of bounds. It intensifies the meaning of Pluto change, deep changes, an inward change, a global inward change at the subconscious level is occurring. And it is a dying, it is a going away of, the top down kind of power energy, the, might makes right. And the, what's the word? Manosphere, the oligarchs, the, whatever the hell you can think of that is like enough already. What the frick? It's a destruction of those things. So it's not something quick. It's Pluto energy. So with all that said, with the change, right? The Pluto energy is in Aquarius. I've got it circled here. It's at 3 degrees. So our mind, what we're learning, communication, and the news. This is big, Pluto at 3 degrees. And you see we have the North Node here, which Vedic astrology, North Node rules Aquarius energy. So this means shocks and surprises and expect the unexpected. With all this said, intense Pluto retrograding and being out of bounds means collective changes. So it's not small. This is global. It's collective changes. It's cosmic changes. It's the energy up there changing the energy down here. Remember, the way all of this works, the reason we look at the astrology is because what is up there, what is in the one is in the whole, right? So what is up there, as above, so below, is in here. The entire universe, right, is in here, is in your body, my body. So we make a shift, a cosmic shift, right? We had the downloads coming in from the neutrinos. We had the information bringing us higher knowledge, higher frequencies, and getting glimpses of a better life. Again, it's not a quick process, but this is how it looks on paper. So with that said, the out of bounds energy is Mars out of bounds. Mars just started its out of bounds, I think a week ago, a week prior on this chart. So it intensifies Mars's impulses. So if you have children, I've got a good friend who's got a child whose impulses are like off the charts. And whenever Mars energy gets wacky, they're always like, I don't know what the hell's going on. And I'm like, it's Mars. And they're like, oh my God, the impulse, that's Mars. The impatience, that's Mars. The I want to fight, right? That's Mars energy. It's the child. It's the tantrum. It's the 3-year-old, the 2-year-olds kicking and screaming, right? It's that orange dude in that Oval Office, right? It's the tantrum. It's the ketchup on the walls type of stuff. So the combination of Mars being out of bounds at the same time that Pluto was out of bounds, they overlap, all right? And the overlap time is August 12th to August 28th. This is Mars in Cancer, which means it's kind of alert time on the home front. Alert time on the home front. It means that Mars in the home, especially if you're feminine energy and you have concerns, especially if you have a friend who might be in a dangerous relationship that she's vulnerable in, or that children that are vulnerable in, this might be a time when we have these intense energies overlapping to figure out a system ahead of time where we can check in and make sure everybody's safe type of thing. Because this energy can have those sort of strong impressions, aggression, assertions. They can really imprint quite strongly on all of us, okay? And so the Pluto adds the level of intensity, the power and the intensity. Remember, it's at 3 degrees, so it's in the mind degree. It's in the degree of the collective's mind, okay? So overall, with the nice, beautiful fire trine in the chart, there's going to be lots of opportunity to feel the optimism and to be courageous and to be confident with this much fire in the chart and to be open to new avenues and new beginnings.